It's like croutons in a soup.
Don't turn down any opportunity, whether it's a camp, a clinic, because you never know literally who's watching.
Make your own decision and stick with them and know they're the right decisions, right? And even if they aren't right, don't regret them.
He didn't know creatine existed.
So you got some creatine? He's like, oh, yeah. Lift heavyweight.
Shipped across the border.
I shipped across the border.
Shipped across the border, man.
Welcome back to Shipped Across the Border. Welcome back to Across the Border. My name is Chris. I'm with Max, and today we have on Jacob Cancel.
What's good, gang?
So today we want the theme of the podcast to kind of be stay ready so you don't have to get ready, and just talk about how you, well, first your season.
That's JC's quote, actually. He came up with that.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Yeah, so to give the viewers a little bit of background, who's waved at us?
Never met her in my life.
I don't know who any of those people are.
I don't know either.
So JC, relatively close to this end of the season versus in a really big win versus Regis. Didn't play, you got a DNP. Maybe the first DNP of the year for JC. And then the second game, the game after that, versus St. Joseph's, Connecticut, started, and then started the rest of the season. And I want you to talk a little bit about how you were able to, and were super impactful while starting. So I want you to talk a little bit about how you were able to stay ready when your name was called and what you kind of were mentally going through during that time period.
Yeah. Well, to start off, it was definitely like a little bit of a struggle getting used to a new coach. Mm-hmm. So like just trying to build up trust with him was like the first step. And I think starting as a center.
You started the season as our center, but also like we're starting at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody on the team kind of had a lot of ups and downs, so there wasn't a ton of continuity within the lineup in general. But continue with what you're saying.
So he was trying to figure things out. And I definitely started the season off like 15% from the 3-point line, which didn't help. Just like him like trusting in me. So like that, to start off the season like that, I think I just got off on the wrong foot with him a little bit. But like just staying focused on learning all the plays for all the positions, because like I knew I was going to be able to play any position. It was just about like him being able to have the confidence to put me there.
Did that DMP mess with your head a little bit, or no?
Not really, because before that, like the last like 5 games of conference, I felt like I came back and I was like putting in work. Like I was getting like 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and getting like 5 points, 6 points, like producing for the time that I'm getting. And I wasn't seeing like the minutes. I was like, damn, like that was tough. So the DMP didn't even like, I wasn't even like surprised. I was just like, all right, I gotta keep working.
I think another thing too is like it wasn't just a regular DMP. It was because it was like a crucial game. Like we had to win, and so he wanted to keep the people who were playing the most minutes at the time on the floor the longest. And B, there was media timeouts, meaning that every 4 minutes there was a timeout in addition to the 5, 6, 7 timeouts that you're given throughout a regular game. So there was a ton of time to rest in order to keep those people fresh. And so we only played 6 people pretty much that game, because I guess we needed the win and we needed the people who coach thought was the best fit in that game to be out there. Because that was one of the few games this year, the only conference game that I got a DMP as well. And I think we were both we were both the 2 loudest guys on the bench.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was also like, that helped me a lot too. Like just coach seeing that even though I wasn't getting playing time, I was still supporting the team. Like I was still the loudest guy on the bench. And I was still hyped as anyone else that we got the win. So I think that that opened his eyes a lot too. He was like, oh, this kid's like, he really cares about the team, not just like himself.
Did you have so then the events that led you to be in that starting spot was our starting point guard, Aiden, who was phenomenal for us all season and really big for us coming back off that ankle injury in the first round of the playoffs. He went down with an ankle injury in the Regis game and thugged it out. But that opened up some opportunity for you to take that over that role for the next game. So talk a little bit about that, and then maybe you had a conversation with coach to help prepare you or what you had to do, and we'll talk about getting to know the plays and stuff in a minute.
Yeah. So basically, I owe it all to God. I obviously never want to see my teammates get hurt, but like leading up to that point, it was like I wasn't getting a lot of playing time, even though I was producing. And I think like just staying like true to God and like believing and trusting that in the process helped me a lot, because there was definitely like, it was tough. There was definitely like days where I was like, damn, like maybe I need a transfer. Like coach doesn't really like fuck with me like that. So like it's just like it's looking slow. Like it's looking slow. And like it's easy to get into like a weird mindset of like just showing up and going through the motions. And like there's definitely like a couple of days of practice where like I wasn't myself, and I recognized that, and I was like, nah. Like growing up, I know you guys remember last podcast. It was like growing up, I was on the bench a lot, so just like remembering to stay true to like what I had said in the past, and like not letting a coach change my game. It was like big. So I just went in the gym, and after practice I would grind. Before practice I would grind. Before classes I would grind. So I would be ready for that moment. And then when it came, like I wasn't surprised. Like I knew it was coming. Like I felt it. You know what I mean?
Did you have a conversation with the coach before that St. Joe's game? Like kind of what he expected you of you to do, what you needed to do?
Yeah, after the Regis game, he had told me like he was really impressed that I was still like supporting our team and like being a positive role model for the younger guys. And then the St. Joe's game, he didn't really say nothing.
Like you knew you were starting before the game, or just when your name was on the board?
No, I did. So I didn't know until after practice, and then after practice, like I had just like popped in to grab a ball, and he was like, I think you're gonna be my starting point guard tomorrow. So like learn the plays. And I was like, all right. And that was literally it. That was literally the conversation.
Did that make you nervous?
All right. No.
Not at all.
I was ready. I already knew.
Okay.
So like when I saw Aiden not practicing, I was like, damn, like he's not playing. So I was like, that sucks. But I knew it
There was opportunity presented.
Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna start, but I was like, it didn't really matter if I started or not. I was about to show out.
So in the St. Joe's game, how did you feel? Because that's also like they won the conference the last 2 years, and I mean not this year. St. Joe's did win, but it was St. Joe's Maine that won this year. Talk a little about what was like your first start going against them and their tall, athletic, lengthy defenders.
Yeah. And, so I've played them obviously.
Well, have you also played the one before, or this is the first time you ever played the one?
No, I played the one in college many times.
Okay.
Like I played a little bit in garbage minutes with our team, but then like my freshman year I played a lot of one, and then my sophomore year I played a little bit of one. So it wasn't like I wasn't scared of playing the one. It was more just like learning the plays. But yeah, we had played USJ like twice before, last year and the year before that. So, and both times we played them, I played really well. So I wasn't even like, I just wasn't nervous like at all. I was just ready.
You brought up God twice, and as somebody who's maybe a self-diagnosed agnostic, do you practice prayer and that kind of stuff daily?
Yeah, I be praying like before I go to bed and in the morning, and just like moments that I be feeling like extra grateful or extra down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like if I'm riding a high, I just gotta remember like to stay humble, and if I'm riding a low, I just gotta remember it's gonna go back up.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that helps you on the court often?
Yeah, for sure. Because it's definitely like it's also a big connection with my dad. He's super religious. His parents made him go to church his whole childhood. So he's a big believer. And just like having conversations with him, I bring it up a lot. And like that's kind of like whenever I like focus in and like you see me sometimes praying during halftime. That's all because of my dad. Like we just have conversations and it kind of helps me remember that.
Do you think having the same name as him kind of helps you follow in those type of footsteps and just become closer with him and kind of what he believes in? Does that make sense?
No, I mean, I don't really think it's like our name. Like, I think it would be kind of the same thing whether we had a different name or the same name. Like, sure. He's my guy. Like,
great people.
Yeah, he's just like really cool. Like, he's mad wise. Like, he just knows a lot.
For sure.
He's been around the block. For sure.
Next thing I was kind of thinking about, reflecting back on that time, is that I don't want to say you struggled versus St. USJ in that first game, but you definitely did turn over the ball a little bit, and you had I mean, you definitely got some buckets and you definitely contributed.
Yeah.
But that next game versus Anna Maria, which we'll talk about in a minute, was probably the best game of your college career. And so, was there kind of like a learning curve of adjusting back to that point guard ball handling position where you have to set up the offense and have more responsibility? And talk a little bit about that.
No, definitely. So first it was learning the plays because we have like
A million
30 plays.
Yeah, we have a million
Literally
plays.
30 plays. So learning like just where to go on like the first action of our play and then the second action. Like once I had that down, it was easy. The first like 2 turnovers I had in the USJ game, like they were literally just because I didn't know the plays. So then, and then a couple turnovers after that, it was more just like getting ripped at the top. And so like just getting used to the plays helped a lot. And then after the USJ game, going into the Anna Maria game, I was used to that pressure, and I just like decided to stop like trying to run the plays at the top. And if they're pressuring me too much, to just go by them, and then it's a 4-on-5.
Yeah, so that you had your career high of 16
Yeah.
with 0 turnovers. We won that game, which clinched us the playoffs, and that game resulted in the recognition of you becoming your first Elms Player of the Week, Athlete of the Week,
Blazer of the week, yes sir.
Players of the Week. Talk about that like type of feeling, how that felt after like being recognized for that. Also, coach rocking with you after having how many turnovers do you have at St. Joe's
5.
game? So you have 5
5,
turnovers, a
yeah.
decent amount of turnovers. And then, I mean, the whole team didn't play great. Like, we had a
Yeah.
bunch of turnovers, and we had a lot. I mean, to your credit, like you were learning a position that you haven't had to rep all year, and
Yeah.
versus also one of the best teams in our conference, and with some of the best defense in our conference, and so that's definitely difficult. But yeah, so talk a little about coach rocking with you and still starting you that next game and believing in you and having that confidence in you, and you having the confidence in yourself that you can still do it.
No, yeah. I didn't know if he was gonna like after the game if he was gonna start going with Jaden or something or whatever.
Fuck around, throw me at the one.
Yeah,
it would have been
or-
way. It would have been way more than 5 turnovers.
Or if like Aiden came back. So I didn't really know, but I knew I would still get a chance to shine, and so my preparation before the Anna Maria game was like crazy. Like I was
Yeah, you were with him
Every-
like a madman. I can remember that vividly.
Like 24/7 before the Anna Maria game, I was just like focused on recovering my body, learning the plays, knowing what I need to do, learning the scout. So I was really just like, I felt super prepared. And then Anna Maria was like the best matchup for me for that game possible. Because like Ray Carter, their best player that I had to guard the whole game, I played him in high school and I knew him for a while. And then like 3 of their kids I played AAU with. So I knew like most of their team. And then their other best player, Gabriel, we played him the last 2 years and I had to guard him. So I pretty much knew the entire team. I played all of them before. Like I knew all their tendencies. So like the scout was easy to learn, and like I was just so locked in. Like I felt so ready, and they had no chance because I'd played all of them before. So I knew all their little tricks.
and it showed. You had the first 9 points, and you had some big ones down the stretch too.
What vlog too, by the way?
Yeah, for the vlog. Yeah, what preparation were you doing? Because I remember you asked me to organize a walkthrough so that you could rep out some guys with bodies there, which I have a lot of respect for you going out of your way and advocating for yourself, recognizing that, hey, I need a little bit extra reps at this spot.
Yeah.
Let me reach out to some people and see if we can get some extra reps and help me out. And I mean, we ended up not doing that because of the snow day, which pushed the game, so you had a little bit of extra
Yeah.
time. But what were you? But you were in the gym 24/7. I literally saw you walking around with your head in the scout, head in the plays, just walking around. Literally, coach's office, gym, class, calf, coach's office, gym, just going back. So what were you doing in the gym and really focusing on in order to help you succeed like you did?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just I went in the gym and I was trying to just make the ball feel like it was one with me. Like when I get in the flow state, it's just the ball feels like I don't even have to think about it. And so really I was just in the gym trying to do a bunch of little things to make my hand-eye coordination perfect. I did a lot of form shooting. I didn't practice anything that I wasn't gonna do in the game. So I didn't even floaters. I was on the left side, still floating it with the right hand. I'm not going with lefty. I'll work on that in the off season. So like just focusing on like getting the ball to feel really like one with me was what I was doing in the gym, and then outside of the gym, I was going over coach with like his little magnet board.
Yeah,
He's got like
super
a board.
helpful. Yeah,
He's got a board with the magnets and it has like each position. That shit is clutch. that little board, that definitely like put me over the top of like learning the plays, because like you have to move every position. So I just learned every position by like literally just going through the entire play.
That's what you and Joe did freshman year, right?
So we had like similar, like we were a very big play team. I think it's probably corresponding
we
to
were
having
too.
low IQ as a team.
You just have to run a bunch of
And
sets.
so you guys run a bunch of sets to put people in spots because the free flowing type of offense might not be as conducive for your group. And we definitely struggled with that at the beginning of the year. I think as we got on, we learned how to execute and read slips and read cuts and read different types of screens. But by that time, like we already had a ton of sets in place. And so me and my roommate, I had this big whiteboard and I draw full court and marker and had magnets, and we would like the whiteboard was probably the size of like the door. It was massive.
Yeah.
It was massive, and we were just, and Chris was there too, and a couple other freshmen, and we were just really learning the plays, and I think that really helped. You gonna say something?
I was going to ask. So, what other things that showed in the season, especially at the end during Anna Maria and who did you play in the last game? LaSalle?
Mitchell.
Or Mitchell. Are there things that you did in the summer and things that you focused on coming into this year that ended up paying off right now?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in the off season, I really be trying to work on my body, like just trying to become like the most athletic, the strongest. So that's like, I'd say that helped me a lot, because not playing a lot and then coming into big minutes roles is like, it's a shock to your body. So like the USJ game, I was dead after, but
You were sick too during that game.
yeah, I was
remember.
super sick. I was
remember
super
that.
sick against USJ.
Confident of a motherfucker.
Yeah, so the next game against Anna Maria, like thankfully I had worked enough in the off season and played like enough. Like I played in like 5 men's leagues, like literally 5 men's leagues, and so I think like that conditioning just helped me be able to just withstand the whole season, even though I was going from low minutes to high minutes.
So now going into this offseason, your role as a kind of a player contributing to the team has changed a little bit. I feel like you've been considered a little bit more of a wing during your time here, maybe in high school as well. And you had a little bit more like forward center type responsibilities, but that's just because of the way our offense was structured. And now you're kind of transitioning into a point guard. Is there anything that you're going to do? And I'm assuming that that's kind of what due to the success that you were able to find in that role, I'm assuming that you're going to want to continue to work on that going forward. So what are some things you're going to do this offseason to help you develop to be the best kind of point guard that you can be?
Yeah, definitely protection. Like protection when I'm dribbling. Just like I got ripped a couple times on like a spin dribble. Just like different things like that. Just keeping the ball tight to me when I'm dribbling is like really the main thing. And then like decision making. But I can't really practice that. So it's more just like refining my game and just playing in men's leagues, not trying to like just be a showboat. Like, you know what I mean? Like actually practicing skills that I'm going to have to use in the game. And
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to kind of think about how I could work on as well, because I also, and like in my conversation, I don't know if you had your meeting with coach yet, but like one of the things we talked about for next year is like getting the ball in the wing, not necessarily putting the ball on the floor right away, but being able to survey, read, take a couple of dribbles into space and create on the wing as like add that to my ability to catch and shoot, ability to play defense in passing lanes and be effective on that. And that would help make me more of a complete player. And how do you go about doing that in the off season? By yourself is difficult, but I feel like when you play pickup and in men's leagues, like if you're being super intentional, like I'm going to purposely call for extra ball screens to expose myself to those different scenarios, or I'm purposely not going to put the ball on the floor right away when I catch it and survey. So like, is there anything you've thought of to be able to intentionally implement in those scenarios?
yeah, so what I try to do is like if I'm playing pickup and we're playing the 7, usually I play at 7. I'll try to get like 5 assists at least. Like, and then once I get to 5 assists, then I'll try to attack and stuff. But like just working on like my decision making on my passes, because especially when you're trying to get assists and you're like not really looking at your shot, it's like you realize how many more passes you have, and like a little bit just like what passes you can't make. Because I be turning the ball over like a lot in pickup. Like just because I'm trying to like make a bunch of crazy passes, but it helps me learn like what passes will get through and what passes won't.
That's something I struggled with when I was still playing Madai, was like that balance between when to attack and when to relax. I know a lot of point guards struggle with that, especially if you're more of a passive player, where it's like you want to set up a bunch of other people to play and stuff. But in order for that to happen, usually you have to attack first. Like I have to beat my guy a few times, and he's going to respect me. Then they have to help, and then I can kick it.
Exactly.
Have you struggled with that?
A little bit more just with like in the college setting with the team, because like you're trying to run the plays, your coach is telling you plays to run, everyone's
getting
running to the
hounded.
spots, and you're getting hounded at the top. So it's like more just like learning when to pull back after that attack is the biggest thing, because like you're gonna like. I know when to attack just because he gets so close that the only direction to go is forward. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once I get around him, then it's like, I'm just going to keep running out of bounds. So you got to go by him. But it's having like the IQ to see the other side, see the weak side, and being able to dribble, drag back and reset it, or to really attack and then get that assist dump off.
I think one of the things you talked about in the last podcast was the weight room, how you wanted that to be somewhat of an emphasis going into this season. Did you manage to pull that off in the offseason? If not, is that going to be an emphasis coming into this year?
Yeah, so I failed terribly at the weight room in the offseason.
This past offseason.
Yeah, this past offseason. I failed terribly. I like stayed basically the same weight. I do think I got a little bit more lean, and I got a little bit more, a little faster. But yeah, I definitely didn't put on the weight that I was trying to. And that definitely affected me at the beginning of the season, because I was running the 5, and it was like I could have used those extra 10 pounds if I had really been locked in the gym in that off season. But I don't think it's like, I think I got it now. I really just gotta get the calories in.
How are you gonna hold yourself
really
accountable in order to achieve the goals that you set
More
up for yourself?
quesadillas.
Yeah, to be honest, I have to start like
Tracking?
tracking calories. That's really the biggest thing. And like I gotta start that like tomorrow.
Buffalo chicken
Like
dip fries is a good
yesterday.
start.
I will
Yesterday.
say we're on like opposite ends of the spectrum, and it is significantly easier to gain weight. Like it's a much more enjoyable process to eat more food than it is to
definitely,
restrict
yeah.
food. Like I wish I was in your
Chris is
situation.
driving 8 hours back to Toronto tomorrow in order to meet his friend for all you can eat sushi at the beginning of his spring break trip home. And he will be on a 24-hour fast to be able to afford the calories of
Not only a 24-hour fast. In order to make this work, because I want to be at every day 500 calories less eaten than I've expended. So I burn 500 calories more than I've eaten.
Okay.
So if I'm going to eat, this is super realistic, 4,000 to 5,000 calories in one sitting, I burn about 2,000 calories a day. So for the last 3 days, I've had to be 1,000 calories under what I should be under. So I'm fucking starving.
What did you eat today for the audience? and
Basically
for
nothing.
Jason?
I had 3 chicken breasts for breakfast. I had a protein bar, 2 Chobanis, and a bowl of broccoli. So my entire day's meal. And so, like, in order to make this work, it's my only meal of the day on Thursday.
That'd be nauseous.
And I've been in a 1,000
driving
calorie
8 hours
deficit.
tomorrow.
And I'm driving 8 hours, which he's like super
I'm
concerned for my
I'm
well-being.
concerned
But like, I'm 2 white monsters.
How much water are you drinking?
And, okay, now like I naturally drink like a decent amount of water.
He's not planning on bringing water on the road tomorrow. Just 2 white monsters.
Lock in,
Yo, you need water, man.
maybe.
Yeah.
So do you have a plan for the off season in terms of what you're going to do to try to gain weight outside of just eating more food? Like a weight room plan
No, I got a good weight room plan.
from Coach Joe?
No, just for myself.
What is it?
It's just working.
Just wait.
Just move heavy circles, bro.
Just working,
Fight
bro.
gravity.
No. I'm trying to get my vert up.
Need that.
Yeah. I'm too tall to not be able to bang out in game. So
Or in general.
nah. Chill out.
I will say you're like one of 4 people I haven't seen bang out in warm ups.
Yeah.
It's you, Andrew,
Nah,
Jaden.
I've done it. I just I don't
No,
bring it
someone
out
else.
a lot.
I mean,
Adam?
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah,
You
I
can
don't
do it,
bring
though?
out a lot. Yeah, I can do it.
It's the infamous unspoken bounce.
No, I've seen him lay above the rim
Okay.
like multiple times. Like you could have dunked that, JC.
Yeah, nah.
I think you're just scared to miss.
No, I don't really like seeing Sam do like a windmill and then we come up and do a rim grazer. Like I feel like it's kind of like
Yeah.
it makes my dunk look like really bad. So I'd just rather not. I'll just lay it.
Speaking of food, Me, him, and Ben had a conversation in the caf where I think I've heard him say one of the most blasphemous things.
Me.
No, him.
Oh.
In the history of foods. He said that cereal is his top 1 food. I think you said that, or top 5. Top 1 or top 5?
Number one.
Number 1.
Number one.
Me and Chris were just having this
Number
conversation.
one.
In our combined shift across the board opinion, the best possible bowl of cereal on an all food scale is a 6.5 on like a day that you're
Fiending for some
feeding
cinnamon
for
toast
some
crunch.
cereal. A 6. It's cereal.
What can you do, bro? It's milk and another ingredient. Any food that resorts in you using 2 ingredients cannot be above a 6. It's like saying broccoli and
Okay,
salt.
top 5 cereals. Broccoli and salt at 7-1. Broccoli and salt above cereal, bro. Yo, am I bugging?
Yo, we need you for another like 10 minutes.
Am I bugging for that? Broccoli and salt or a bowl of cereal?
I don't know. I personally would rather have cereal, but like right now I can only eat the broccoli, so I can't really say much. But like, dude, I don't think broccoli is a top 50 food. Not broccoli, sorry, cereal.
All right.
You need to hold on, pick up the mic. You need to justify your case as to why cereal is the top 5 or top 1 food. Top 1 food.
So if you could get a steak, $100 steak, or like a bowl of cereal of your choice, you're picking cereal?
If it's like 9:30 in the morning, yeah, I'm taking cereal.
That's conditional though. I don't think your favorite food.
Top 1 food is like any hour of the day.
Anytime, anywhere, you would take this food over any other food.
See,
Like for me, sushi, it doesn't matter where I am, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. If you hand me sushi, that is the number 1 choice I could have.
that's
for food.
cereal. That's cereal. Like, all right, I walk into my house after school, right? Since like the beginning of time. Elementary school, middle school, high school, college.
Back in the Garden of Eden when you had
It
nothing
doesn't
but cinnamon
matter.
toast crunch and Cheerios.
He ate cereal off the tree.
I get home
that
from
resulted
school.
in human sin.
You get home from school, right?
That is a sin.
Your parents are not home, nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
You look in the fridge, and there's eggs, and that's like the only thing you
And
know how to
milk.
cook. And milk. What are you eating?
Make an omelet.
Making it.
I'm
making
taking an omelet over
after
cereal.
school? No, I'm lazy as hell. I'm pouring me a bowl of cereal, pouring the milk, grabbing a spoon, going to sit on the couch. That. It's so easy. It's so.
How
easy.
many have you had? You like
Bro,
sushi? You like sushi,
if
right?
You have to if you make an omelet, you have to take out the pan, put butter on it, mix the
It's a
eggs,
5-minute
put the
process.
eggs on, then wait for it, flip it again, and then you gotta
Cereal's
clean the
definitely-
pan, and then you gotta put it on a plate, and then you gotta end up cleaning the plate, and then you gotta clean the fork.
Wait, you
that
don't have to clean the
used
plate when you or clean the bowl when you have cereal.
Yeah,
So that
but
part
that's
doesn't
one
matter.
bowl
Okay,
and one spoon.
I get it. But like the taste difference. You've had sushi before. I assume you like sushi.
Yeah,
and you
sushi's
like
great.
you went to Korean barbecue with him, right?
Uh-huh.
You've had like
Gas.
good food, like really good
Gas.
food.
Yeah.
You've had probably like high quality pizza, like good. food.
Yeah,
in Puerto Rico, you have like authentic dishes.
Yeah, super cultured.
And you
My
would take
mom is
cereal.
Korean, and like we have like these Cambodian festivals that my mom's friends with. Yeah, those are gas too.
And you'd rather a bowl of cereal
Cereal over
over all
that.
of those?
It's just like so comforting. It's like
What's your favorite? So top 5
Like-
cereals.
top 5 cereals.
Before you say that too, I want to say that like I'm looking for redeeming qualities here. This cereal, right? Like I'm trying to
No,
find a way to be on
because,
your
like-
side. But the macros, from a standpoint of as someone who's
You're not-
No.
The macros
you
are
don't even want to
fucking
get me started.
horrible.
It's perfect. All right, that's probably like the main reason why I love cereal.
What can I do to get my macros in?
No.
You made us eat the cardboard box too.
No.
Explain
Ready?
yourself.
You got milk, so you have protein, and then you have
super
the
small
grains,
amount.
and then you have the grains. So like, it never hurts your stomach. Like it always like, I drink a lot of milk, so milk
I do
doesn't hurt
too.
my stomach. But I mean, I could see how people who don't like milk
Would
or,
not
like,
have it.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't
but
like milk.
but if you like milk, like, you eat a bowl of cereal, and you could do anything. You could
You
do
should
anything.
be the cereal spokesperson.
You
of
can
the
be a
world.
You wanna
salesman
know
for
why?
every cereal
You want
on
to know
the planet.
why? You can now go to a buffet. You'll be fine.
You
got enough
have to
room.
eat better food
You
than
got enough
when you just put
You're
down.
saying like
If you-
you're saying
if
cereal
you-
helps build your like stomach tolerance. Is what you're saying?
No, he's saying
No.
like you're not gonna be full after a bowl of cereal, so you can still go do other
Oh,
things.
okay.
If you
Like,
wanna,
if
you
you
wanna
go to all
have
you
a
can
bowl of
sushi, you're gonna be
cereal,
bloated for the next 5 hours.
you can go to work, and you're not gonna feel like, you know how when you wake up in the morning and like there's nothing in your stomach and it feels like there's like a pit in your
Okay.
stomach.
Yes,
You eat a bowl of cereal, that pit is gone. You're feeling like
that's
okay.
how all food works.
You're feeling okay. Now you go, yeah, but it's like a sweet one that's mad easy to make.
So what are your top 5 cereals?
Yeah, we need top 5
All
cereal.
right. I could hoop after eating cereal. I could do anything after eating cereal.
Dude, cereal is like one of my go-to pre-workout meals, but like it's definitely not in my top.
I've eaten like the only cereal that I really is a staple in my diet is plain dry Cheerios. Like that's just been a comfort food of
that
mine
facial reaction is the right response.
since I was extremely little. Like since I was a
I think
baby.
we know why you don't like cereal now. I think we know.
I've eaten all the cereals. I'm not a huge like sugar type of guy.
All
Just
right,
plain
all right.
like I eat plain dry
List the cereals,
cereals
list the
Let me
cereals.
by the
Let me-
handful out of the box.
Let me tell you something. My mom used to call cereals that like had a lot of sugar in them. Like I knew all those cereals as yucky cereal. Like that's what it was called in my household. It was like, oh, you can't have any yucky cereal. I was like, no, come on, let me get some. And then it's like, no,
Mom, let me get some
my
yuck, Mom.
My mom would be making. She would get like Raisin Bran, all
Fire,
that. Yo,
fire.
no, hell no, that shit was terrible. That was terrible. Cheerios. So
Cheerios
I
are
would,
fire.
I would try. I would have to find healthy alternatives. So
Magic Spoon.
Honey Bunches of Oats, goated.
Okay. That's
Honey Nut Cheerios, goated. Crispix, but you put a spoonful of sugar in it,
I knew we
goated.
Rice-
Cornflakes, put a spoon of sugar in it, goated.
Rice Krispies, brown sugar.
Rice Krispies,
Damn.
put a spoonful of sugar, gas.
The amount of times I've seen him walk in the locker room with a cup like a
Yes.
it's
it's mobile. It's a mobile
a
snack.
container like
Red
a,
Solo.
It's a mobile
not
snack.
literally a red Solo, but there's other. It's like a thermos type of thing, but just
With cereal.
with milk and cereal. Yeah.
So your top 5 cereals is Cheerios.
No. Those were just cereals that you can eat if you don't.
Those are just
if
not
you don't
yucky
like
cereals.
Sugary cereals.
Those are just
Sorry.
yummy cereals.
And
So
then,
what is the top 5?
And then my dad would hide all the good cereals in the top cabinet that I couldn't reach.
He was Mr.
But
Yucky.
But I knew they were there. I knew they were there. So I would wait till no one was home and I would climb up and grab it. But anyways.
Do they know this, or you just put yourself on blast in the middle of the podcast?
They're not about to watch this. They don't care. So basically,
Top 5.
number 1. No, we'll start from 5. No, we'll start from 1. It's too hard to start from 5. Fruity Pebbles, number 1. Can't go wrong.
I don't even think I've ever had a bowl of
Fruity
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles. Have you had
Fruity
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles?
I don't know if that's a Canadian thing.
Okay, continue.
All right. No wonder you guys don't like cereal. 2.
I didn't say I don't like cereal. It's just not a top 1
Two.
food.
I'm gonna have to go with
Cinnamon Toast
this.
Crunch.
This is gonna be a super controversial one.
Cinderella.
Captain Crunch.
No, Ben would agree with you there.
Captain Crunch. It's
Ben
gonna
loves Captain
be
Crunch.
super controversial.
Makes my
but I
mouth
have
bleed.
to do it.
Captain Crunch is
Captain Crunch. It's so
mouth
good.
bleeder.
Well. The good thing with Captain Crunch is you can let it soak a little
and
bit,
it won't make your mouth bleed.
and it won't make your mouth bleed, and it doesn't get too soggy because the inside of the square is still a little crunchy.
Okay.
Yeah, you just gotta get
Literally
the
a
timing right.
cereal
You just gotta get
connoisseur.
the timing right.
Okay, 2.
You can't do that with Fruity Pebbles though. Soggy
It'll get
Fruity
soggy?
Pebbles. Yeah, you gotta eat the.
Can't
Fruity
do that with Rice
Pebbles
Krispies
right away.
either. Soggy Rice Krispies are not it.
Yeah. If it gets soggy, you gotta watch out. Anyways, 3 Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Easy.
Good call.
4. This is where it gets really tough. This is where it gets interesting. 4.
Cocoa Pebbles.
No, I can't go Cocoa Pebbles top 5. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you ever had Crave before?
Oh,
Crave is good.
You heard
Crave is
Vector?
good.
That's a Canadian thing.
That's my girlfriend eats Vector every single morning.
Vector is because he wouldn't
High
know
protein
that.
Vector.
He wouldn't know that, but Vector is actually a top 1 cereal.
Is that a Canadian?
Yeah.
It's a Canadian thing.
Yeah, definitely Canadian. I've never had Vector.
Vector is top 1.
Like Vector with a V.
yes, Vector. Yeah, that's kind of Vector.
Okay, finish up this list.
All right.
So we got right now at the moment we have Fruity Pebbles,
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
waiting on number 4.
4 is gonna have to be. Damn, this is really hard.
What are you thinking between right now?
This is really hard. I'm thinking between. All right, I'm not gonna lie. Frosted Flakes is a lock for 5.
Okay.
Frosted Flakes.
Is that
a
the
5.
original Frosted Flakes, or can there be any other like the strawberry ones? There's like a bunch of different Frosted Flakes.
No.
Just the
Normal
original.
Frosted Flakes. And me and my dad have a theory that the smaller box of Frosted Flakes is actually better because they like.
Concentrated more.
Yeah, they sugarize it better than the big box. I don't know. We've just noticed it. And the big box, low
If
key.
anyone else said it,
they
I
be
wouldn't believe
chipping
them.
you.
But
They be
because you
chipping
said
you.
it, I'll believe you.
That checks out.
No, because we've been eating Frosted
Your
Flakes.
dad's
my
big cereal guy,
favorite.
too?
Yeah, my dad's favorite cereal.
It's hereditary.
is Frosted Flakes.
It's hereditary.
Yeah, for sure.
It's number 4.
I mean, I definitely like it more than him.
So
but-
Frosted Flakes is a lock. So currently we have Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, skip number 4, and Frosted Flakes at the 5. What are we thinking between number 4 right now?
Yeah, number 4 can really go a lot of ways, man. Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops, Honey Bunches of Oats. It's really what I'm
Call it a
debating
three-way
right now.
tie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Honey Bunches of Oats.
Good call.
Classic.
I'm not glad you. As he's saying this, I'm thinking about like my top 5 foods. I feel like mine curb stomp his. Like
Well, we're gonna-
even my top 2 already curb.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play a
Sushi?
game. This or that. So you're gonna say the best bowl of cereal you ever had in your life, and I'm gonna give you an alternative. And
He's
you're
gonna say cereal every
What you would
time.
rather. So, Korean hot pot and barbecue, or a great bowl of cereal.
A great bowl of cereal.
This is every time. All you can eat sushi or cereal.
A great bowl of cereal.
There's no
Yeah, that's a pointless game.
a burger or a cereal.
Bro, cereal.
Lasagna or cereal.
Okay.
What's your favorite non-cereal food?
Non-cereal food? No, I can't do that. I think that's honestly why.
Is that cheating on cereal?
Yeah. I'm faithful.
That's fair. You got anything else?
I'm just saying sushi at the 1.
Bro, sushi is, you're gassing sushi. Like it's good, but
Sushi
it's
at the
not
1.
like
Sushi at the 1.
that crazy.
Coal-fired pizza at the 2. Steak at the 3.
Steak is gassed up too. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
steak and like steak and seafood. As
Ooh,
in, like, a
seafood
combination.
seafood boil at the
my
4.
You've only had that one time, and it made that
Seafood boil at the
that
4.
made that much of an impact on you that you put it at the 4th best food.
Bro,
of all
I had
time.
never had shrimp before that happened. You don't understand. Like that actually changed my life. Seafood boil at the 4. And then
seafood. Have you had seafood bowl before?
Have you ever had
ooh,
Happy
loaded
Pancakes?
nachos at the 5.
What?
Did you say
Have you ever had
pancakes?
Happy Pancakes?
What are those?
They're like
I've had a pancake. I don't know if they were happy.
No,
or not.
they're
I didn't really ask them what their
Asian
emotional state at
pancakes.
the time.
What?
I think they're Vietnamese. I don't know. They're Asian pancakes. They make them with like eggs.
Wait, aren't they extra fluffy?
No,
It's like
not a pancake.
It's a savory thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a dish.
I feel like I had something similar.
It's
Like
it's a
lunch
breakfast
dish.
thing? Oh,
it's
it's
more like a lunch dish.
It's like savory.
What do you put on it?
It's like savory, like egg, green onion.
really?
you eat
I
it
think-
with lettuce.
I'm intrigued.
It's gas.
But at the 5, loaded nachos. Done. Wraps. Beautiful
5
list.
loaded nachos.
Have you ever had a seafood boil before?
You must have.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I've had a shovel before. Like a seafood shovel. You've never had that? Like they come out and it's literally a shovel.
They just
It's a
take
big ass
shovel
shovel,
and it's you.
like this big,
Like actual shovel.
like an actual shovel. Like they have the handle.
And they put it in the bin where they get all the seafood and then just
Yeah.
bring it to your table.
Yeah.
That's kind of fire
But, well, no, they
presentation.
cook it. It's
That's
like
Yeah, I
fire
know.
presentation.
They make like a
It's
fire
in like the big
soup.
pot though where the seafood boil
Yeah.
happens and they just take the shovel.
Yeah.
That's a fire presentation.
It is fire.
Yeah,
Where
it's
do you
dope.
get that?
Crazy Seafood in West Springfield, down the road.
It's on the list.
I'll put you on.
Put it on the list. Me and
I
Chris,
honestly don't even really
Chris
like
and
it
I-
that much, but
we went to this 8.9 Dave Portnoy rated pizza spot in Hartford called Frank Pepe's.
oh,
Pepe's
I've
Frank.
heard about this.
Have you?
And Chris said that it was like one of the best pieces of,
It's the best pizza I've ever had in
but
my
like
life.
piece of food in general
Oh yeah.
that he's ever had. Do you think pizza could be up there? I think it's too simple of a food to be on like that
I think
level.
that's exactly
of
what makes it
excellence.
beautiful, man.
What?
Just red sauce.
What's
and
wrong with
cheese.
simplicity?
That's what I'm
Nothing?
saying.
But it's like it's hard.
Here's
to
the reason
compete.
that this bothers
It's hard
me.
to compete
You
in
said
that
this.
department.
You said this in the car, right? Because I was talking. Because all we
I
got,
said pause has to have some meat on it in order to be like that good.
all we got was a margarita and a tomato pie. Simplest pizzas, and it was great. It's fantastic. And
Oh,
he
it was
goes,
good.
He goes, you know what? This would be like 10 times better if there was chicken on it. And I was talking to Chubbs, my friend back home, who's also a food connoisseur, about that situation. I was like, for me, that's the equivalent of taking like a Picasso painting and then just like slapping bits of white on it. It's like someone took the time and energy to make sure that the dough was perfect. The sauce comes out just enough to not overpower the cheese. The balance of all the ingredients has made this perfect dish, and you just want to slap a fucking piece of chicken on there and ruin the taste. It's the same as making cream cheese into sushi. You're taking the flavor out of the
I hate
fish.
cream cheese.
Here's the thing, though, right? Like,
general.
there's people who are really good food connoisseurs who get mad as hell at the Western world for putting cream cheese in the sushi because you're taking the thing that's so beautiful, this fish, the flavor, the fresh ingredients, all of this delicate stuff, and just throwing cream cheese on it and ruining the flavor.
I hate people that have cream cheese in their rolls and people that have yam, sweet potato in their rolls. You like that? I hate it. I think it's
I
like,
didn't know there was a thing until right now.
bro, my friends, we used to go to all you can eat sushi like once every 2 weeks or like once a month with my whole friend group, and they are not open for a reason anymore because we would sit there for 3 hours, 15 of us, and we just cause havoc the whole 2 hours.
That's the only way to eat all you can eat
We've been
sushi.
kicked out so many times. Like one time, like they give ice cream cones. We got ice cream cone, and one of my boys put the ice cream cone in like those like fridges in like a store, like the Marshalls or whatever.
Yo, this doesn't surprise me at all. When we went to the all-you-can-eat hot pot place,
Oh
this
my
dude took a ramen square and
It was your idea. It was your idea. It was your idea. Okay, so
and
basically,
it was cooked. It was like half cooked.
okay, we'll explain that in a minute.
Wait.
We'll explain that in a minute. We'll explain that in a minute. We'll explain that in a
You
minute.
had some
Like a
pocket yogurt on him or
Yes,
later?
and a quarter
So the
of it
ice
was
cream-
like burnt. And he still ate it when he was out.
The ice cream thing was, so they give ice cream cones. Like you can go to the front, get as many ice cream cones as you want. It was like a part of the thing. So one of my friends got it, and then like the fridges where you can like take out a drink.
Yeah.
He just put in like the store next door. He just put it in there, and we thought it was hilarious. Whatever. So we got in trouble all the time for doing stupid shit after all
Whitetivity, bro.
That being said, the ramen thing. So basically, I really wanted hot pot. Hot pot is basically a
You got it, no?
No.
It's a big bowl of soup and broth, and you put vegetables, meat, noodles, whatever. You make your own soup. They have an alternative for the same price. You can do the same thing, but it's just barbecue. So instead of cooking your meat and vegetables and noodles in broth, you can do the same thing on the barbecue. Okay. Obviously, noodles is tough to cook on the barbecue. So we didn't. But they still brought us noodles because originally we said hot pot, and then we changed.
Uncooked ramen noodles.
Yeah,
you're gonna use.
You were supposed to put it in the hot pot.
So, but they brought us that first, and then we switched after we got the noodles to go to barbecue. So we still had the noodles, and I just really wanted like hot pot because we were with Andrew, and like Andrew's like not cultured. I guess shout out Andrew, and he wanted the barbecue because like he's scared of like Asian cuisine.
He's Ben.
Yeah, he's Ben.
We took Ben to all you can eat sushi. Didn't have one.
Yeah,
piece of
fried
sushi.
rice. Yeah, he had fried rice.
He got and like 7 crab rangoons.
Okay, so pretty much after we're eating, we wanted to do an experiment. So like hypothetically, what if we took this? Because it's not like a barbecue. It's like a
I think I've seen one before. It's like a round table.
Yeah, it's a round
right?
table, and there's like a grill thing. So I'm like, when we put like vegetables all around it, so we kind of like blocked where the water would go through, and we put some water on it because it would like boil the water, and we put the ramen on it and see like what would happen hypothetically. And the girl came over and looked at us like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
She was so confused, bro.
So whatever. It ended up like
just a
softening
ramen
up the
square.
brick ramen a little bit, but we didn't leave it on enough to like actually cook it. Which it
tried to
would.
grill a piece of ramen, a block of ramen. You tried to grill.
We
a
tried to
block of
steam a
ramen.
block of ramen.
Yeah, we would have had to steam like each side of it.
So what happened was we took it off and we ended up finishing our
Most
meal.
college
and then
fucking science experiment I've ever heard.
JC's like, "Yo, you still have the block of ramen. Like, you should bring it home. Like, it looks like good quality ramen." So I'm
I was
like,
like, you don't want to let it go to waste.
I look around, I put it in a bunch of napkins, I put it in my pocket, and we leave.
Yeah, you're nuts, bro.
And I got home, and I put it in a bowl, and then it just chilled there. It's just a brick of ramen, like just chilled. And then a
seen
couple of
that-
days later, I'm like, "Yo, I want to make this ramen," and I made it, and it was fire. It was fire.
Have you ever seen that meme on TikTok of the guy who's got the old pocket yogurt going? And the guy's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Don't worry, it's my pocket yogurt." And then he just puts it away. He's got like a Ziploc bag of yogurt in his pocket in the library. That's you.
Yeah, pocket ramen. And then, oh my god, in the car it was so funny because what do you call it? JC found a nice, cute girl that he thought was attractive in the parking lot, and he's like, "Yo, I should go get her number." And Angel's like, "Bet you won't get her number." And he's like, "Watch right now." So we spun the block. He asked for her number. She said that, "I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend." And then as we're driving, I'm like, "Yo, we should have offered her the pocket ramen." We had a good laugh about that.
Yeah. Good times.
I actually took my dad there and we got the hot pot and it was fire.
Yeah. Did you like it?
He's not a huge. He would have rather the barbecue too, to be honest with you. And I knew that, but I knew that he would have just got what I got. And he was definitely more than satisfied by the hot pot. It was fire.
Nice.
You got anything else?
I mean, I don't know. I was just gonna talk about how like you can't take uncultured people to like these super fancy restaurants.
Andrew is cultured. I'm just throwing
shades.
shade. He's not like super uncultured.
Because I know people like there's certain people that you just can't go to all you can eat sushi with because they're gonna sit there and like Ben get 5 crab rangoons and just. I mean, he still had a good time.
He had a great
but,
time.
like you're not gonna enjoy the actual food that's in front of you. The whole point of being there.
Yeah. No, Andrew. Damn. Yeah, Andrew. No, he enjoyed it. I don't really got anything else. You got anything else?
I don't know. I mean, we got the top 5 cereals versus top 5 foods.
We got some good segments there.
Figured out that JC would rather have a bowl of cereal than $8 million handed to him in cash.
I never said that.
If I asked you right now, yo, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Okay, no.
$500 cash or a bowl of cereal right now.
$500. Come on now.
$100.
I'm not crazy. Now, if you said $500 to never eat cereal again,
Ooh, better question. Better question.
Cereal.
How much should I have to pay you to never eat cereal again?
like a good 10 mil.
Okay, so 7 mil cash to
In
never
front
eat
of you,
cereal
on
again.
the table. That's life changing money.
Do you remember this conversation we had with Lucci?
I actually don't think I would do it.
7 mil.
I think this conversation we had with Lucci was much more inappropriate.
7 mil.
Yeah, much more.
You would take it?
No.
Eight-
I would
How
give
do you,
up, like,
how do you value cereal that much?
I would give
not a
up,
single
like-
food that you could put in front of me that like, yo, I'll give you $7 million not to eat
It's
ever
just
again.
cereal, bro. 7 mil?
Well, then can I not eat milk?
No, you can have everything that's not cereal.
You can have milk, just
But
no
like
cereal.
milk's in cereal.
It is, but it's not the main thing. The
You
cereal.
can
is the
have milk,
thing.
you just can't have the actual physical cereals. No brand of cereal.
Ever again. Except raisin bread. You could have raisin bread.
That's really messed up. I mean, honestly, if it,
Just take it away
would,
from me in general.
I would do it, and then I would just like take my raisin bran and just like split everything up, like split all the things up,
And get
and
rid of the
take
raisins.
out all the raisins.
Just do like a book burning, but only with raisin bread boxes.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I think so.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below.
Please let us know that cereal is not a top one food.
Let us know if you mess with cereal. If you like cereal, what's your favorite type
Yeah.
of cereal? If
Yeah.
not, what's your favorite food? And yeah.
Also, before you
oh,
wrap, I just want to ask, how big of a staple is cereal in your diet? Like, how often do you have cereal? Like, on a daily basis, how many meals consist of just cereal?
2.
So, breakfast and dinner.
I mean, I eat cereal all day.
how many bowls of cereal a day is?
Cereal like adds probably like 3 bowls of cereal a day. 2 bowls. Like when I'm at home with my pops, we go through a gallon of milk and like 2 gallons a week.
That's a lot.
Oh my god, I do. I don't I chug milk by the gallon. Straight out of the bag.
He lives on a farm though, so that's regular.
Anyways,
All right. Fuck.
see you guys next week.
I skipped my high school prom. Now that part of me